What's up, Mavletic lovers and listeners, and welcome back to another episode of Maverick Postgame. We hope some of you got to see some of our athletics this past week. If not, don't worry, because today we got another full show for you as men's soccer kicks off their season with a close tied game.
And women's soccer brings in an awesome win.
Plus, volleyball also comes through the weekend victorious.
And the tennis teams are showing great triumph.
All of that and so much more as we move ahead into this recap-packed episode of Maverick Postgame. So with that being said, I'm your host, Grace Metcalf.
And I'm Isaac Klein.
Let's dive into all the game-breaking stats, off-the-wall wins, heartbreaking losses, and in-depth analysis of our CMU athletics. Roll it!
Hello everyone, once again, I'm Isaac Klein.
And I'm Grace Metcalf. Let's hop right in and take a look at all the Mavtastic action that took place this week here at CMU. After a long and defensive battle, the Mavs were less than 5 minutes away from taking home their first victory of the season, but a late goal by St. Mary's would say otherwise, as CMU would ultimately fare a 1-1 draw with SMU. Physicality and rough defense were the name of that day's game, as in total there was 22 fouls committed, with 3 yellow cards being called. Matthias Lazuri would break the tie quickly in the second half, as only 2 minutes after resuming play he would score in the 47th minute for the first CMU goal of the season. Lazuri, who was assisted by Matteo Bonelli, would dribble past a couple of Rattler defenders into the penalty box before shooting a ball that would bounce off the left inside pole and into the back of the net. St. Mary's would battle back with multiple shot attempts following the goal, as they would have 9 corner kicks and 15 shots alone in the second half. Their offense would finally prove to be too much for the Mavs defense when, after a couple of ricocheted shots landed in front of Noah Lewis, he would take a curving shot from just outside the penalty box that would sail just over the head of goalkeeper Diego Chavez's hands to tie the game at 1-1. As a team, the Mavericks totaled 16 shots the whole game, with only 4 of them being on goal, and the Rattlers recorded a total of 24 shots, with 7 of those being on goal.
After starting their season with a draw, the number 10 Colorado Mesa University women's soccer team knew that finishing their weekend at the NNU tournament with a victory was crucial. In a tight 90-minute matchup with the host of the tournament, it was Abby Fotheringham who would serve as the decision-maker, as her single goal would lift the Mavericks to a 1-0 win over Northwest Nazarene University. Fotheringham's singular goal, and the only one scored on the day, would come in the 25th minute of the match after she would dance through 3 Nighthawk defenders to score in the bottom right part of the net and end the stalemate. Both teams would challenge each goalkeeper with multiple shot attempts and 3 corner kicks apiece in the first half, but neither team would fare successful until Fotheringham's goal. The Nighthawks would give their best challenge of the day in the 27th minute, as they would quickly respond to the Mavs' goal with an attempt of their own. But thanks to an incredible diving save by goalkeeper Keely Wazurek, the Mavs would preserve the shutout. CMU looked to extend their lead in the second half, as in the 47th minute, a free kick from midfield and a header by Savaline Randall went past the goalie, but offsides was called, and the match stayed at 1-0. As a team, the Mavericks would attempt 12 total shots on the day, with 5 corner kicks and 5 saves. 5 of their shots would be on target.
The number 17 Colorado Mesa University Mavericks split their 2 Saturday matches, finishing the Ore Digger Volleyball Classic in the first weekend of the season with a 3-1 record. The Mavericks had swept Gannon and defeated number 5 Concordia St. Paul in 4 sets on Friday, before committing 33 hitting errors in a 4-set defeat at the hands of Michigan Tech in their first of 2 matches on Saturday. However, the Mavericks came back and dominated Concord in their final match of the tournament on Saturday evening, sweeping the Mountain Lions 25-21, 25-17, and 25-16. Sophomore middle blocker Nicole Martin recorded a career-high 20 kills and hit 58.1% in the match against Michigan Tech, which finished the weekend as the only 4-0 team in the 8-team Classic-style tournament. As a team, the Mavericks were blocked 13 times and committed 20 other unforced hitting errors, which proved to be too much to overcome. Despite finishing with a 58-42 advantage in total kills, the Mavericks hit 17.6%, while the Huskies hit at a 25% clip.
8 Colorado Mesa University women's triathletes and men's team club member Alex Lindenberger raced close to home on Saturday morning, competing in and around the Amandi Wake Zone during the 2024 Desert Eagles Triathlon. The Mavericks were scheduled to complete over 500-meter swim, 10-mile bike, and 5K run segments, although they ended up riding between 16 to 17 miles on the bike after a mix-up on directions along the bike course. Lindenberger finished the race in 1 hour, 15 minutes, and 2 seconds, while Fiona Graves led the 8 Maverick women in 1 hour, 17 minutes, and 9 seconds. Torrin Lackman was on the Mavs' second finisher in 1 hour, 17 minutes, and 48 seconds, while freshman Mackenzie Meyer took third amongst the women in 1 hour, 17 minutes, 56 seconds. The Moab, Utah natives was also the top overall finisher in the female 19 and under age group, while Graves led the women's 20 to 29 age group.
Colorado Mesa University freshmen Catalin Marin and Taylor Noakes won the consolation portions of their B and C singles draws, while another freshman in Kayla Huish reached the C main draw final to highlight the day for the Maverick women's tennis team on day 2 of the Colorado College Invitational. Delia Meyer also went 1-1 in the A singles consolations, while Devin Rodriguez's run was ended in the semifinal of the main draw. Rodriguez and partner Jade Brilhanti also won the A doubles back draw by default over the teammates Meyer and McKenna Livingston.
Colorado Mesa University junior Henry Scheck won the A singles as the Maverick men's tennis team combined for a 5-1 record in Colorado College Invitational action on Sunday. Meanwhile, all 3 other Mavericks in action on Saturday claimed consolation wins over CC Tiger opponents in the A singles draw. Emil Holtman defeated Samuel Dilworth 6-3, 6-1, and was slated to play teammate William Leschig in the consolation draw final, but decided not to play each other. Leschig was a 6-3, 6-2 winner over Hudson Christ, and Roman Payan also won a 10-8 match tiebreaker over Dominic Kaminsky after the 2 opponents split the opening 2 sets.
Cole Byer and the Colorado Mesa University Maverick men's golf team are both in second place after a strong opening day of the season on Monday during the Ritz at Mile High, which will continue on Tuesday morning here at Bear Creek Golf Course. Byer carded rounds of 67 and 69 on the par 72 course and is just 1 shot off the pace at 8 under par through 36 of the tournament's 54 holes. Meanwhile, the Mavericks posted a 3 under par team score of 285 in the morning before conditions toughened in the afternoon, when the Mavs finished with a team score of 298.
The Colorado Mesa women's golf team opened the season at the Swan Memorial at Broadlands Golf Course on Monday afternoon, and are in position for a top 5 finish as they sit in 6th place after the first day of the competition. The Mavericks shot a 26 over 314 after the first round and are just 3 strokes back of 5th place. Westminster in 8 strokes back of 4th place, and host Colorado Christian, Cal State Los Angeles, and CSU Pueblo are tied for the tournament lead with matching 7 over 295.
Now that we have recapped some of the games, it's time to announce our Maverick of the Week. Our Maverick of the Week goes to Henry Scheck. As stated before, Henry won the A singles draw as the Maverick men's tennis team combined for a 5-1 record in Colorado College Invitational action on Sunday. He went 4-0 throughout the weekend and defeated Colorado College's Aiden Little by a 6-3, 6-2 margin in the semifinals before taking the tournament title with a hard-fought 7-6, 7-4, and 6-4 win over MSU Denver's LLUC Lynn Mongi in the final. Congratulations, Henry, for your outstanding performance. You are Maverick of the Week. We are now at the end of our show, and it is time for our closing statements. My closing thought is on the first home football game we have coming up this Saturday. Now, I have an appreciation for all of our athletics, But I really enjoyed the football game day energy, especially being on the sidelines getting all kinds of highlight shots. I can't wait to get some awesome shots to display on next week's episode.
I can't wait either. My favorite part of Maverick Postgame is being able to go to the games and be on the sidelines. It's one of the coolest experiences, and yet another reason why this show is better than the update. My closing thoughts are on our athletics in general, as everyone is starting their seasons. We are seeing many wins, and I can't wait to see what everyone will look like at the end of their season compared to now.
That's what makes these sports updates so awesome, is we really get to look at how they progress through their seasons. But for now, we're just at the beginning and shouldn't be getting too ahead of ourselves. Now that we've wrapped up all the action from this week and given our closing thoughts, it is time to close the show. Thank you everyone so much for joining us this week on Maverick Postgame. I've been your host, Grace Metcalf.
And I've been Isaac Klein.
Be sure to go check out our channel, 62.2, for more games and updates. We'll catch you next week on all-new recap-packed episode of Maverick Postgame. Stay safe, Mavs. Study hard. Go to a game or two. And of course, have yourselves a amazing day.